press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to the class, and here I am to continue the lesson, that is Taro's Reward part 2. Okay, so in the last class we had come to know about the lesson that the person named Taro, he is a woodcutter and he used to work very hard to take care of his parents, his old parents, his father, mother, and he is the only child to his parents, and they are very much poor. They live in a hut. And whole day after cutting down or chopping down the woods, after selling it to the market, he is not getting more amount, he is getting very less amount, and he is not happy for that. Taro is not happy for that. And one evening what happened, Taro's father, he just told to his family members that it was a very cold evening, and everyone, Taro's father and mother and Taro were sitting in a hut and they were shivering because of cold. And that time Taro's father told, I wish I had a cup of sake. Sake is a Japanese drink usually preferred during the winter season. So it makes the body warm. So it is a sake is a Japanese drink. Usually they drink it during the winter season to keep their body warm, and it's very expensive drink available in the market. So when Taro hears that his father wants to drink a cup of sake, he started working more harder than earlier. He started to do more hard work so that he can earn some extra money, so that he is able to purchase a cup of sake for his father. So by that time what happened, when he was cutting down the trees over there, he was chopping down the woods over there, he hears the rushing water sound, and he was surprised to hear the sound, because in the forest he had not seen anywhere any rushing water. How is that now he is able to hear? And he goes to the direction of the water, though he was very much thirsty also. He started going to search the water, the direction. He went to the direction where he was able to hear the water. And when he went a little bit distance, he saw that behind the rock there is a waterfall, and he became very happy to see the waterfall. He just went near the water, he cupped his hand and he took the water and he drank. And to his surprise, the taste was not as a normal water, it was a sake. The taste of the water was like a sake. He was very much surprised. It was just kind of magic for him. He took his pot and filled the water and went home. After going home, he told the whole story to his parents, and he gave one cup of water from that pot to his father, saying that you too drink and see whether you get the normal water or the sake. When the father tasted the water, he too find that it was a sake. He became so happy that he started dancing in the middle of the floor. Then what happens, we come to see in the second part of this lesson. So dear students, just go through from the 8th paragraph. So now we will start the class from the 8th paragraph. That afternoon a neighbor stopped for a visit. So there were many people nearby his house. One of the lady, while walking on the road, she just stopped in front of the Taro's house to speak to that old parents. Taro's father politely offered a cup of the sake. So usually what happens, if any guest come to our house, we will offer them the cold drinks or any hot drinks we will give, just like cold coffee and tea or coffee, we will offer them juice and all. So same like that, when that lady, she came to the Taro's house, when she was speaking to the parents, his Taro's father, he just offered him the cup of sake. Taro's father offered the cup of sake to that neighbor. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. The lady drank it greedily. So that lady also became very happy, and she was shocked that how these poor people are able to have the sake in the home, and they are offering to others also. Though it is very expensive, first of all, they are not able to purchase for themselves. But Taro's father, he is offering to other people. So that much rich they are. She just thought for a while and greedily she drank that sake and thanked the old man. So she thanked for the giving such expensive drink to her. Then Taro told her the whole story of the magic waterfall. Then that lady, she questioned the Taro, how is it possible that you are having such a costly drink at your home and you are offering to others also. So then Taro told the whole story that he found one waterfall in the forest, and for his surprise, when he tasted the water, it was the sake, and that is a magic waterfall. After hearing the story, the neighbor, she left the house. Then thanking them for delicious drink, she left in hurry. So after hearing the story that Taro told about that magical waterfall, she thanked for the drink and she left the home and started walking to his road. But what did she do on the way? By the nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. So after drinking the sake in the Taro's house, she left and she was going to her way. By that time, each and every home she stood and she told the story about the magical waterfall, and he spread the news in the whole village. So she told each and everyone that Taro he is having the sake in his home and he is offering to others also, and Taro, he has found a magical waterfall where he can get only the sake instead of cold water, and this news was totally spread in whole village. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. So each and every people started coming to Taro's house to ask and inquire about that waterfall, and everybody tasted that water and everybody enjoyed the sake, and they told that really it is very much surprised to have the sake, and everyone heard the story about the waterfall. That evening there was a long line of the guests to the Taro's home. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. So the guests were so many that everybody, they tasted the sake, and that the pot, it became empty. The next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. Then Taro's intention was that to take care of the parents very nicely without any they should not feel that they are very much poor. He want to give everything they want. So he wanted to earn more money. For that purpose, he started to get up early and he went for the work much earlier than before. Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest picture he owned. So by this time he know that there is one magical waterfall and he has to carry a big pot now, because many people are also coming to the house to taste the sake. So for that sake, what he did, he took the big picture means a pot, it is a usually mud pot. He took it in his hand and he started to go for the forest. He carried with him the largest picture he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. Here intended means planned. So usually his plan was that when he go to the forest, he will select some quality wood. But now he thought that as he reached to the forest, first of all he will go to the waterfall, he will fill the picture, then he will start his work. He carried with him the largest picture he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all of his neighbors there. When he reached the waterfall, he saw that all the villages, or that village people, all the neighbors, they are standing near the waterfall in a queue to fill the sake with big pots in their hands. When he reached to his great surprise, All the neighbors were there. They were carrying pitchers, jar, buckets, anything they would find to hold the magic sake. So they were carrying the empty vessels with them to carry the sake to their home. And I told you the previous evening that lady, she has spread all the news of that magical waterfall, and there were the line, the queue of the visitors to the Taro's house, and even Taro told everything about the magical waterfall. The next day when Taro was about to reach, when he reached the waterfall place, he saw that all the neighbors are there standing in a queue to hold the water there. Then what happens? They were carrying pitchers, jar, buckets, anything would find to hold the magic sake. They have hold the vessels to carry the sake. Then one villager kneeled and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. So the person who was standing near the water, what he did, he just took the water in his hand and he tasted the water. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily, "Water, nothing but water." So what happens? When one of the villager, he went near the water, he kept his pot under that waterfall to fill, and he just hold his hand near the water and he drank the water. And after drinking again and again, he drank and he shouted angrily that this waterfall is giving only the water, not any sake. Then he shouted angrily that water but nothing water. So it is only the water, not the sake. Others also tried. When they heard that the taste of the water is only a normal water, it is not a sake, other people also came and they hold the hand and they drank, and they too got only the water taste. Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. We have been tricked. So that people who all tasted, everybody tasted the waterfall and they got only the taste of cold water, and angrily they told that we are tricked, means the Taro has made us fool, he has cheated us, saying that this waterfall is giving sake. They thought that Taro has lied to them. Taro told them that there is one waterfall, and when he tasted the water it was sake. And when the next morning all people came with their pots, buckets and cans to fill the water, and when they tasted they did not get the sake, only the normal water. Then they become very much angry and they said that Taro has cheated us, he lied to us. We have been tricked, shouted the villagers. Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall. So they started searching. So let's go and catch the Taro for saying lie, and we'll make him to drown here in this waterfall, because he has cheated us, saying that this magical waterfall is giving sake. All people were in angry. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. When the people were discussing with each other, saying that it is only the water and Taro has cheated us, by the time Taro was hiding behind the rock, he was observing what the people are doing, and when he heard that all people are angry and they are eager to catch him and drown him in that water, he just kept behind, he just stood behind the rock and he started listening what these people are saying. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. When he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. He just hid behind the rock. He did not come in front of people. He just stood there only, and all people were shouting and they were scolding the Taro for saying lies. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. So all people came to take the water there, but when they found it is only the cold water, they shouted on Taro and they one by one they left the place and all they went back. The villagers left place one by one. Taro came out from the hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? So again he was shocked, because yesterday only he had taken that water from that waterfall and it was sake and everybody tasted. But the next morning, the people are saying that it is not the sick but only the common water, the normal water. Then when one by one the people left the place, Taro came out from his hiding place, and again he started thinking, what I took yesterday, was it a sick or it is a dream? What I am seeing now, it is a dream. He is questioning to himself. Was the sick a dream? So whatever the water I took and whatever the people they drank, they appreciated and they heard about the magical waterfall, was that a dream or true? He was confused now. Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sick. But when Taro went near the waterfall and he holded the water and drank it, he felt the same fine sick. But why the people got only normal water and why only the sick taste to the Taro? He was very much confused and shocked. Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sick. To the thoughtful son, the magical waterfall gave delicious sick. To everyone else it gave cold water. So this magical waterfall gave sick only for the Taro, and for others it gave only the normal water. See how magical it is. That waterfall gave for the, here you can see that line once again, to the thoughtful son. To the thoughtful son means for that very much sincere obedient son, the waterfall gave the sick, because he was working more harder and harder to purchase a cup of sick for his father, and he was poor. So that magical waterfall gave the sick to the Taro, and for other all people it gave only the normal water, because other people were not that much obedient and that much thoughtful as the Taro. So the magical waterfall gave only the reward, only the honor we can say, or the prize or the fruit only for the Taro for his good deeds, for his good behavior, for that much sincerity for the parents. The waterfall gave the sick to the Taro, and for other people it gave only the normal water. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. So this incident happened in Japan. So when these villages they came to the waterfall and they tasted it is only the water, and they thought that the Taro has cheated them. But actually Taro did not cheat them. Taro told only the truth, saying that water is giving sick. But when Taro drank and tasted, it is a sick. When other people did, it was a normal water. But people did not believe the Taro, and that magical waterfall gave sick only for the Taro, because he was very much good son to the parents. He was always thinking only about the parents. He wanted to earn more money only to take care of his parents. For that purpose, the magical waterfall gave the reward to the Taro. And for other people, others were very much greedy. They brought the big vessels with them to hold the sick, and they were very much greedy. For them it gave only the water. And this news, this story reached to the king of the emperor of the Japan. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter a reward him with 20 pieces of gold coins. So when he heard the story of Taro, that how obedient he is, how sincere he is, and how his emotional attachment with the parents, how he is taking care of his parents. After hearing that, he became very happy. Even the nature, the God is giving Taro the sick, and for other people it is giving the normal water. So he was very much impressed by that, and as a reward he sent the 20 pieces of gold to Taro. They were very much poor. So he sent them the 20 pieces of gold to the Taro as a reward, as a prize, or as a honor. And they rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for being so good and kind. So he is so good, the Taro was so good, he did not hide that he has found the magical waterfall. He told everyone the truth that he has found a magical waterfall and it is giving sake. But the people did not believe because the water was seemed like normal water for other people. But he did not lie. He was so kind and so good that he, even though he would have hidden that one, he would have purchased he would have taken the sake from the waterfall and sell it to the people. But he didn't do. He offered the sake to each and every visitor came to his home. So he was so good and so kind, even the nature has rewarded him. Then the king, he became very much impressed by hearing this story and he rewarded him the 20 pieces of gold. Then he named the beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. So this emperor has built one water fountain in his kingdom, in the city in between, and he named the water fountain as Taro's water fountain. He named after him. Then he named the beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. Means he kept the fountain the name of Taro. This, said the emperor, was to encourage all the children to honor and obey their parents. Why did he do? After constructing the fountain in the city, why he named it as a Taro's fountain? Because whenever the people see the name Taro's fountain, they should recall this story that nature also rewarded Taro for his kindness, for his sincerity. And all the children should get encouraged by this. All the children should obey, listen to the parents, and they should be sincere to the parents. For this purpose, the emperor, he named his fountain after the Taro. He named it as a Taro's fountain. And even he rewarded the Taro with the 20 pieces of gold to encourage him, to help him for his livelihood. So this is the story. It is here for this lesson there is no any particular author, a Japanese retold. So one person from Japan, he has told the story about this. So it is a Japanese story retold. So this is incident happened in Japan. So the reward is given for his kindness, honesty, sincerity, and for taking good care of the parents. He was so obedient to the parents. For this purpose, the nature also rewarded him with the sake, and also the king rewarded him with the gold pieces of coin and with the fountain named after Taro. So this is about the lesson, the Taro's reward. Some meanings I will explain you. Here it is written. Greedily. Greedily means desiring more and more. So the intention of taking more and more, that is called as greedy. Then intended means planned. Then tricked means to make fool. And muttering. Muttering means speaking unclearly, speaking to ourselves only, unclearly. Then honor. Honor means to give respect. So there are some meanings given here. You read the whole lesson, underline the difficult words, and for the 2 minutes I will recall the whole story. That is, a person named Taro, he was a woodcutter and his only one intention was to take care of his parents very nicely. They were very much poor and they lived in a hut. And it is a period of a winter season. It is a winter season, and though they are staying in the hut, they can listen the whistles of the wind. And though the parents were very much poor, they were shivering and they were not able to bear the winter. By that time, Taro's father told that I wish I would have I had a cup of sake, and it would warm my cold. It would warm my old body. The sake is a Japanese drink and it is very much expensive. Hearing this, Taro became very much upset because he was not able to purchase it. It was very costly drink. So he decided to work more harder and he can earn, so that he can earn more money he can purchase the drink for his father. When he was doing more hard work continuously, he heard the rushing water sound, and he was surprised that in the forest he had not seen any waterfall anywhere. But how is that now he is hearing? So he went in the direction of that water, and he found one waterfall nearby. When he saw that waterfall, he went near, he took the water in his hand and he drank it. When he drank the water, he got the taste of sake. It was a fine sake, the same drink what is available in the market. He was surprised, how is that the waterfall, the taste of water is a sake. He had one small pitcher in his hand, pitcher means one pot he had in his hand. He filled that pot and went to home and gave the water to his father. When his father drank that, he too was very happy that he got the taste of sake, and he started dancing in middle of the floor. By that time, one neighbor, she stood in front of the house of Taro to speak to that old parents. When she was speaking, the Taro's father offered the cup of sake to that lady, and when that lady drank, she was so happy, she became so happy. Again she thought, how is that poor people are having the sake in their home, and even they are offering to others. She asked the Taro how it is possible and how he get that much money to purchase the sake. By that time, Taro explained the whole story about the magical waterfall. Then the lady immediately she spread the story in the whole village, and all people they came to the Taro to hear about the magical waterfall. And for each and every visitor, Taro gave a cup of sake, and everybody were very much happy to drink the sake, and they were very much surprised to see that there is a waterfall of sake, the drink which is very expensive in the market. That drink waterfall is there in the forest. So in the next morning, when Taro decided to go for work, he took one big pot with him so that he can carry the sake with him. When he reached the waterfall, he saw that all villagers are standing near the waterfall to fill, and he was surprised to see everybody are carrying the big vessels, big can, buckets to carry the sake. But when one of the villager, he took the water in his hand and he drank it. When he drank the water, he found only the normal water, not the sake. Then he told the other people that it is only the water, not the sake. And everybody took the water and drank, and it was only the water only. Then they became very much angry, saying that the Taro, he has cheated us, he has make us full, saying that there is a magical waterfall, and he has made everybody fool, and we are standing here from morning to carry the sake. Then they shouted on Taro, and they started searching Taro, that they will bring the Taro and drown him in this waterfall only. Hearing this, Taro, he just started, he hid behind the rock. Then one by one villagers, they left the place and they went off. Then Taro came out and he went near the waterfall, and he was surprised that yesterday the water what he took in the pot, it was the sake, but now the villagers are telling that it is normal water. How it is possible? Then he went and he held the hand and he drank the water. Again it was the same fine sake. Then he got the message that that waterfall is giving sake only for the Taro, for his good work, for his being kind, for his being good work he do for his parents, and for other people it gave only the sake. And this news went near to the Emperor of Japan. He too heard the story of this Taro and the magical waterfall, and he became very much impressed by hearing the story, and he rewarded the Taro with 20 pieces of gold coin. Again he constructed a fountain in the city, and he named after Taro. He kept the name as a Taro's fountain, because whenever the children hear or see the fountain, they should remember the Taro and his story and his kindness, sincerity, obedience towards the parents, and all the children should obey and respect the parents. For to encourage the new generation, to encourage the children, the emperor rewarded Taro with the 20 pieces of gold, and he built a water fountain and he named it after Taro. So Taro was rewarded by the nature first by giving sake only to the Taro, and next again the king also rewarded him with the gold and the name of the water fountain. So this is the story about the Taro's reward. You just read the whole lesson, underline the difficult words. If you find any doubts, you can drop the message, you will clarify, and some meanings I have written here and I have explained you now. And if you find any difficult words, just underline and try to find out in the dictionary, or if you get any doubts regarding this lesson or explanation, you can drop the message, we will clarify your doubts. Till then, take care. Thank you.